dogs, and that he was supposed to be disrupting trade. Saw that the guy was wearing the same stuff that guys who trashed your village when you were young. That bandit had the same attire on, and you guys found it's the hideout or whatever, and returned and got a pretty hefty bounty out of it. And Ulster was really appreciative and even brought you guys to go see Matriarch, the River Run, and you guys managed to piss her off right there at the end.
Hey,
Yeah, good work with that.
only one person pissed them off.
But, I mean, she put you guys out as soon as you asked her. What she thought at least was a pretty ridiculous question, and she thought you were wasting time. But also kind of pointed you in the direction of Low Garden, which is kind of to the south. They're dealing with a similar issue. If you guys were looking to make some money, and you guys decided you guys wanted to head on over there, so that's where we'll pick up. You guys are taking the main road, right?
I took care of my level up.
I took care of mine level up. Yep.
I took care of mine as well.
Higher levels are not too hard.
I mean, wizard levels are slightly more difficult, but
Sorcerer
it's
is
just-
also a little bit, but at least I don't have to learn I don't have to put down as many spells.
I know, right?
Well, you guys decided to go to Low Garden. They tell you just to follow the paved road that leads all the way there. They told you before you guys left how far it was. It ends up being about 3 days walk. As you guys are making your way through all of the river, and you guys are passing over bridges and stuff, and little flowing streams, and you guys get to Great Fields, which is the area.
Yep. Out of the Riverlands.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys cross the major river into the. You guys pass a bunch of travelers and stuff. You see maybe 3 or 4. They're just travelers. They might have like a caravan or something taking basically wheat is what you guys see. But after about 2 days of travel, you guys come up to what looks like a small village. It's just a couple of buildings that you see over the like a. And you only see like maybe 4 or 5 buildings, but you can see that there's a pretty sizable crowd there. You guys want to keep going into it? Or?
Well, if there's a sizable crowd in this small village,
Then might be worth investigating.
It's on the main road too. Like the main road kind of goes.
Yeah,
to
it's on the main road. I mean, we could stop into it. It'd be a nice place to hunker down for the night at least.
Oh yeah.
Okay, as you guys get closer, you see that it's a couple. There's a couple buildings, like I said. They're all low buildings with like a thatched roof, you know, and they're all wood. None of them are stone. You see, as you guys are passing through, there's a couple people shopping, and then as you guys get towards the center of the actual little village or whatever it is, this guy gets up on this pedestal and he's dressed very nice, all in like green silks with gold trim on like the arms, and his cloak kind of goes all the way to the floor. And he starts ringing the bell. Just here, as you guys pass, hearing the Greens have set a large party of the guard to investigate why the royal aqueducts have stopped flowing. House Green will not rest until water returns to our field. He repeats this about 4 times, and you guys are still passing through, and you can hear. And that, a large group of the townspeople come and they start mumbling, "Oh, bollocks, fuck that. The grains are worthless. That's not what we're worried about. My fields are turning, not because of lack of water, but because of inaction by the bees. And then you see this, who's a older guy, white beard, long, skinny, white hair. What are they going to do about the putrid one that stalks in at night? You guys want to stop or just keep going?
I didn't hear the last little bit. He said,
He says, what are they doing about the putrid one that stalks at night? You
You're
guys are passing through.
You're cutting out for me really
Yeah.
badly.
You guys know that?
we can hear like half of it.
Yeah,
That's
it's,
probably
At least I can.
anyways.
I don't know. Let's see.
sounds like it's worth investigating.
Oh yeah, if you ever feel like things are cutting out a bit too hard, you could always just type it in chat.
It's probably better that you guys didn't hear because there's a large crowd and you just made out a couple of things. So.
Let's see. So water isn't. So from what I heard, water isn't flowing through.
The aqueducts, that's what the town cry or whatever. And then we heard a couple of people say that wasn't the real issue. We heard something about the putrid one. And a couple of people have made mention of the putrid one.
I think we should go investigate those aqueducts.
May as well.
I'm up for it. I mean, I don't got anything better to do. I gotta wait till we actually get to the nobles.
My God.
Like a day and a half away from Low Garden, the actual city that you guys are planning on going to.
Yeah, we are still quite a ways away from the city that we were going to be traveling to.
Yeah.
But I think making pit stops and ensuring everything is good along the way is part of the reason why we're on our little bounty hunting spree, is it not?
I agree.
I mean, I gotta put food on the table so I can actually travel to the lands of the nobles. So I
That's true.
guess.
Speaking of which, I think before we go investigate, we should stock up on our foods and fill our water skins. If that's possible, considering what's happening.
You guys want to look around and see if there's food or what?
I don't know. What do you two think? Because I don't think much. Well, actually, I think quite a bit.
Well,
Just not about the topic at hand.
it would be a good idea to replenish our supplies, especially if we're going to be on the road for a while.
Well, I have to replenish my my magical components in order to actually cast my spells. So I suppose we can go to town.
You guys are
To
actually,
town and-
you guys are in the town right now.
yeah, we're in the town.
We're in a town.
We're in a town. This is more
Not
of
a very high wisdom score on that one.
It's just a couple buildings, but it seems like there's a lot of people there for some reason.
Well then,
This is a town.
why don't we look around for some supplies then?
It doesn't take long. There's only, like I said, a couple buildings. There's a place that sells some food. It's mostly bread and
This is more of a
like water, but there's no blacksmith or any real trade. It seems like it's more of just an outpost where people come and like a farmer's market type.
So this
type
is the
deal.
hamlet.
Way to put it, yeah.
All right.
All right, I'm going to go. I'm gonna go and ask some random villager, not even the village chief, just a random villager, if they got flasks of water, like empty flasks or flasks filled with water and rose petals.
Yeah, there's like a little park where they're selling stuff like that. You guys-
All right. That's fine.
Okay,
Okay.
it's
So
like
how-
a copper.
It's just a copper each. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's a material component, so yes.
So yeah, it's generally inexpensive. Herundus is going to look around for food, water, just basic traveling supplies and rations. Maybe pick up a second water skin.
Okay, yeah, there's a trader that sells like stuff that you guys can go to.
All right.
So that's
I don't know.
food.
How much would
No problem.
food supplies cost? Just a real
I
quick
mean, unless you
restock.
go- I mean, for like a basic traveler's pack, like for another traveler's pack or
5
adventurer's
gold?
pack. Yeah, sure. But that's like a shovel and all that kind of stuff too.
Oh,
You
well,
guys just want to
I'm just looking for like food and water just to restock and so.
be like
Yeah.
3 gold for enough to last you guys like 4 or 5 days.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Restock
Herundus
it.
will,
Restock it.
Herundus will go ahead and buy enough for 10 days.
I'm going.
All right, so 6 gold.
Yep.
I guess I'll do the same, but I'm also going to ask for 2 small pouches. 2 small coin pouches, just empty.
Okay, there's a guy that leather worker. He has something that can be used as a coin purse. But it's pretty nice actually. Black leather, good stuff.
Alright then. I'm going to take
Oop,
2 of
sorry,
those.
I
How
meant
much
to
would
fill
that be
that.
worth?
What's happening? Oh,
Unintentional
checking for
click
evil.
there.
Yeah, I was about to say checking
I'm
for
actually
evil.
trying to fill it in now that I found out that there is a compendium on Roll20 that I can copy paste from, so I'm using that. So don't mind me.
Okay, so you guys are all
Alright.
stocked up. There's still a large crowd. Man in the nice clothes is already gone with a couple of what you can tell are guards of whatever of the area. They're just dressed in like leathers and stuff, but they took off, and everybody's kind of talking and chatting around the area.
So I'm going to talk to just a random civvy, I guess, who listened in on the whole thing, and ask him. So what's the deal with the water? What's been going on?
He looks up and it's a normal townsperson. He looks like he's a working class guy though. Says that the great fields that the region has got its name from and rotten and drying out because the the water from where's that? The water where they get all the water for the aqueducts is shit. Pleasant. Apparently the aqueducts have started working. He doesn't know, but he says his boss would probably know, and he tells you his name is. I should probably know this. We'll call him Edgar.
A year. Okay.
His boss Edgar. Good know. He points him out. He kind of points you in his direction. It's the man with the white beard and the whiskey hair that yelled out that you heard mention the future board.
All right, I'm going over to him and say thank you, and I'm just gonna flip him a silver piece.
Yeah, I mean, Herundus has been following you this whole time. He's just like, I've got nothing else I need to do.
Well, the guy he grabs it, you flick it up, and he catches it in both hands. He's like, "Thank you." Let's walk over to the old man with the white beard and white hair. What do you guys want to ask?
All right, I'm gonna ask him what's been going on with the lake. It's been not as bountiful.
He cuts you off and says, "Fuck the lake and fuck the greens." That's not what's messing up my fields or my neighbors' fields.
Well, then, if it's not the lake and not the aqueduct, what's been messing up the fields? If there's problems, I mean, we're We're a group that specializes in solving problems, I would say.
You say
As
as
soon as you say that, he kind of looks back and starts going like this on his beard, and he tells you that fields and all of his neighbors' fields have been going rotten, and they keep finding up these large pits that have holes in them, and they rise about 3 feet off the ground, and in the middle there's a giant hole that they're assuming leads underground, but they've been cropping up all over the fields. If you guys want more information, he could take you to his plantation.
It
And
does
he
sound.
promises a nice meal and a reward. He tells you that all of his neighbors uh, like a reward collectively of 400 total gold pieces to anyone that can help solve this problem.
Sounds like an incursion from beneath. Looks like it's a job for us. What do you say, my guys? And I'm going to hold out my hand for a fist bump or a handshake and not know what to do here.
Herundus will return it just because he doesn't want to leave it.
All right,
Giant
sweet.
top hand just pounds
Crota just like closes his palm over your fist. He doesn't actually know what a fist bump is.
Good enough. I don't know what I'm doing either. And they'll say, we'll check this out. This seems troubling.
So you guys are gonna follow him back to his plantation?
Yes, we are. I say, lead us there.
Yeah, he loads you up on his big, nice cart. He's obviously got some money because he's got like 4 horses drawing this huge, kind of like oaky style carriage that's covered, and it's just you guys and him in there, and additional driver on the carriage that's whipping the horses and all that. It takes you about 3 hours to get to his house. He leads you through a open field of wheat, huge wheat that goes up to you guys' shoulders, or weight at least, on most of you except Herundus. He leads you down this windy dirt road and stuff, and then you can see there's like wheat fields to the left, wheat fields to the right, and then you can see there's a row of like a big orchard off to the left, and then turn around the trees, and right there is a really large estate. It's like 3 stories. It's all brick with a wood roof. And he leads you in. You guys go in, and he sits you down in his living room, and his wife and kids all greet you very politely. How are you? They introduce themselves and all that. He tells you guys that dinner should be ready in about 15-20 minutes.
I'm just going to look around and say, oh, nice place.
Croto's off doing his own thing, talking to his book.
Herundus is just observing.
You notice he's got some nice stuff. He's got like a really nice kitchen table. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's not like he's
Uber rich.
living as a king or anything, but he's pretty rich.
Yeah.
After a couple of minutes of you guys doing that, you guys sit down to dinner and ask if there's anything he can do to help. Just let him know, and he'll give you all the information that he has.
After dinner,
You guys
I'm going to go up to him and say, so what do you know about these holes that have been popping up? Anything other than they've just been popping up?
He says that about a week ago, his neighbor said that he had one of these big holes pop up in one of his wheat fields, and all the crops around it ended up dying and withering away. And then he dives in, and what happened to him. He said the night he heard a lot of his farm animals, like the chickens and stuff, they just started going crazy, in the middle of a pretty heavy downpour at night. And he went outside to check on all of them, and all of a sudden, as soon as he stepped outside, really bad. And it wasn't overwhelming or anything, but he went to go check on the animals, and as he got closer and closer, the stench became more and more. So eventually, he passed out, and he ended up waking up just a couple of seconds later, and he rushed back into the house, and he was sick all night, throwing up. He had really bad diarrhea, and then the next day, when he came back out, several of his sheep and both of his personal dogs were nowhere to be found, and it was all turned up, and there was blood, a little bit of blood everywhere, and that was 5 days ago.
So, horrible odor, passing out, and dying cattle. Let's see. Would I know or be able to get any sense of what this might be like with religion or arcana check, maybe? Or know any magical source? Yeah, magical sources. Because this sounds like, yeah, this sounds like from a magical source. It sounds like it might be magical.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll assist with this. You roll.
Yeah, go ahead. You can assist.
All right, I got an 11.
I got 15, so you're taking mine.
I will roll a separate religion.
Oh, I can also assist with the religion. I guess.
Herundus and Kuroda, you can't think of any magic spells except for maybe like a steaming cloud, but it doesn't sound like that because with the dead sheep and the dead dogs, you don't have any idea what it would be. But Herundus?
Actually, I'm going to say my book told me this because I don't actually know the spells yet.
Okay, then your book told you. That makes sense. You kind of think you've heard stories about like disgusting. They're almost human looking. You know they got large fangs and huge claws, but you think it might be a ghoul, which you've only read about and seen like illustrations of, but you think it might be a ghoul.
A ghoul?
We're just gonna look at the party. Sounds like a ghoul, almost.
A ghoul? I was hoping for Rakshasa.
You'd be surprised. I may just
You're
have
just
the tool
guessing. You're guessing a ghoul because you know through your study with through the teachings of Muhammad that there's undead stuff that can stink really bad, but because of the nature of how he described that his animals were taken, you don't think it could be a zombie or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure it's a ghoul.
So yeah, Herundus is gonna look at them. Ghoul might not be so bad. He's gonna take his sword and pull it out slightly, and he's going to cast on its blade, as he says. Well, one sec. He's going to say, "I think I can handle an undead with this little trick."
Okay, yeah, I'm down.
And it glows just with bright golden flames.
And the farmer's kid is like totally. He's a little boy. He's like, oh, crap. He's totally amazed by it.
And then, of course, I let my concentration go, so it sputters out, and I put my sword back.
Tell that to the farmer too. That right? That you think it might be a ghoul.
Yeah. I tell him it might be a ghoul, but I do have a spell that if it is a ghoul, should help.
He says, well, if it's okay with you guys, he'd like to show you all the areas that he's seen, and he actually has an old, what he thinks is an unused that he can show you in the morning if you guys are willing to wait till morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, that sounds like an excellent idea. And I'm gonna kind of gear up, straighten myself out, and get ready to go.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
Kind of pumping myself up here.
Ro. Oh, yeah, I'll wait.
I just realized Gold Flame Blade should not have a melee spell attack as it is a concentration that sits on my weapon.
Yep.
So I am
yes,
fixing that.
That is true.
What were you gonna say, Proto?
Oh, I was going to say, currently Kuroda is trying to wow the children with his talking book that only he can hear.
Of course.
They hear
I'm
nothing.
just gonna go over. He's a little mad, but he's useful in a fight.
How dare you call me mad, sir?
You're the
I
one
mean,
who asked a
actually, you're the
noblewoman why
splendor.
kites fly.
Hey, I was asked to say this. You think I don't know how silly these questions sound? But hey, these are actual questions that perplex scholars to this very moment.
All right. So we're heading over to the hole, right, with Farmer.
Already at the, you guys are getting ready for bed. You guys just had dinner and all that. He told you to take you there in the morning. So you guys wanted to sleep here.
All right.
Why not?
Before we go to bed, I'm gonna go over to Herundus and say, that golden flame blade, could you cast it on my sword?
Yes, but I would have to concentrate on it. Meaning I couldn't tap into another one.
Okay. Well,
I'll be
just a
honest.
thought.
I'm just being honest. If it weren't for the fact that I would need to hold my concentration for it to constantly stay lit, I would gladly cast it on another weapon so we could have two of them.
Well, magic works how magic works. Magic. Then I'm just gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
And he doesn't give you necessarily a room. He just takes you to one of his living rooms and rolls out a couple blankets, and one of you guys can take the couch.
All right, I'm just gonna sleep on one of the blankets.
Herundus
just
is
face
probably a
first,
bit
yeah.
big for the couch. I mean, I'm just saying, he's huge. He's really big.
Nope, you would fit.
Kuroda is going to, right before he goes to bed, he's going to wrap the top of his water glass with leather and then poke a tiny hole in the very top for tomorrow.
Okay, so you guys going to bed?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are completely stuck. And his house, he's got a fireplace right there in the living room that he lights up for you guys and all that. You guys get probably the best sleep you guys have had in a long time. You guys, he wakes you up in the morning with a big plate of like ham and bacon and eggs and all that kinds of stuff. And you guys sit down for breakfast and have a really hearty breakfast. Ready? I can take you to all the evidence and all the incident sites that I've been involved in.
After not no, I have pretty high intelligence. I'd graciously stuff my face.
Yeah.
um,
Herundus sits down for a bite. I mean, he's a little hungry. He did sleep.
let's see. Well, thank you for your hospitality, and I do believe that this problem will be solved faster than you can say. What is a ghoul? Speaking of which, Herundus, what is a ghoul?
Okay, so
As we
I'm
walk towards.
Come on, Farmer, you better say that right now. Prove him wrong.
Describe what a ghoul is. I know you know.
from my studies, they appear to be a type of undead.
Type of undead. Those have been plaguing the South, haven't they?
Yes.
No, you know that the War of the Dead that I told you about the first time, that was hundreds of years ago. They took care of it. House Kraken came down and basically saved all of the Southlands from an undead invasion. But that was hundreds of years ago.
Okay.
All right.
Well, if it's just a type of undead with big nasty teeth, I think we've fought things with big nasty teeth.
Yes.
Many
Put them
things
to
with
sleep.
big nasty teeth. And you put them to sleep, didn't you?
I mean, I don't think I can put undead to sleep, but I can blow them apart.
That'll work. All right. So
He says you guys get ready and all that. He puts all the dishes away, or his wife does actually. Basically, he leads you right outside to where he told you where he came out to check on his animals, and there's no more blood. He's cleaned everything up. He's describing to you like his steps towards everything that he described to you the night before, and you can just see it's right across like the side of this,
You're turning into a robot.
yeah,
Your camera froze.
this camera froze. Oh,
And he says, you guys want to see? You guys want to see the whole leg? The things that came out of?
yeah. One
Yeah.
second.
Okay.
You're cutting out pretty heavily right now. Sorry.
I'm just gonna see if that. Nope, that doesn't help my end.
Well, it's because he's going through what's it? Roll 20.
Should I just close it? You guys just want me to close it? Do you guys need to see me?
Well, unless we need a specific battle map, I don't think we need to see you.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it could also be that you're doing two microphones.
That might be the problem. I mean, it is possible to turn off the audio on your end and just set it to broadcast just video.
It's just video. You shouldn't be doing this.
It says you're doing audio
Is the
too.
PlayStation included?
Yeah. Hit the little reconnect button real quick.
no.
If you click on the eye right next to your address bar for the website, you can tell it to block your microphone for the website. See if that works. To fix your mic. Or it could just be your net.
It's it. This shit is still going out. Wow. Is that better?
No, not on my end.
No.
Well, actually, I can hear you slightly better.
Better?
Yeah,
We
slightly
can
better.
hear you
Yeah,
better. Yeah, it's a lot
There we go.
better. I mean, it was scratching when you asked us when it was better, but now it stopped.
Yeah.
It's fine.
There.
Okay,
there it
now
goes
we're-
again.
Okay, it's something to do with you talking. Just picking up audio, I guess. Have you tried unplugging your microphone, replugging it?
I'm gonna get some
it's
water
built-
while we handle this.
Built in my laptop. Let me see.
Well, that explains it.
Output volume. Is that better? My output volume is going pretty low.
I mean, we can hear you.
Well, we can hear you better now, sort of.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
you're
can-
louder.
We can hear you rather clearly. It's just, it's just occasional scratching.
Okay, you guys are coming in. The output volume. Never mind this gets back to pick up, but he told you guys that he can lead you to
There we go.
the hole that he thought. Are we back?
I'm back.
Yep.
I'm not sure about Herundus.
I'm
Oh,
back.
we're all back. We're all back.
Around that little area where he passed out and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ghoul's hole. Oh wait, you're assuming there's a ghoul. It's about a mile out. It leads you to a large, and right on the edge of where the wheat field meets another orchard of like apples. There's a big, like he described, 3 foot hole, 3 foot tall mound, and within that mound there's probably another 3 foot by 3 foot circle that's a large black hole. And as you guys get closer and closer to it, you can see that the plants start to wither and wither and wither until about probably 10 feet around it, they're all dead. There's nothing but black, dead wheat grains or whatever. Looks like there's mold on them. Around the whole, there's a couple of 3 or 4 big colored things, long feathered around. Like he approaches it with no problem. So yeah.
Missed
Because
about
this is
half
where
of
he
that.
thinks it is.
Yeah.
We missed about half of it.
Ah, dang it. The microphone problems are still there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me plug in my phone. My computer with the landline. Where's that?
This is starting out well.
Yeah.
And no
It's okay.
helping it.
This means that the ghouls will be I don't know.
They'll be authentic.
They'll be spooked.
No, this means the ghouls will actually sound like ghouls.
Yeah, there we go. It sound like ghouls.
Yes.
There we go. It's a benefit.
You know, I should just record this just for my infernal speech. Or maybe my thief speech. Oh my god.
You guys just want me to repeat that?
It's really distorted.
Nope. Can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I just realized? I had Ignan speech. I had
You guys
Ignan.
want me to repeat all that?
Yes, please.
He leads you up to a big mound. It's about 3.5 feet up, and within the mound, it's there's a 3 foot by 3 foot circle, and around it you guys can see there's clearly like 2 or 3, maybe 2.5, 3 inch things that right at the hole's entrance. But he approaches the hole fine. He doesn't seem rude at all. But as you guys get closer, there's about 10 feet out. You can see that the wheat field starts to look as if it's withering away, and then maybe 5, 6 feet immediately close to the hole, all the plants are down, they're black, they're covered in mold, something. But yeah, what do you guys want to do?
All right. I'm gonna go over to the hole, and I'm just kind of gonna walk up on the mound and see and look down in the hole.
Did you turn off your recording?
Connected.
Oh, okay. Well then, I am going to try and discern what kind of witchcraft is infecting the field
hold
around
on.
them.
Who's looking in there?
Oh,
I think
Orvis is looking in the hole.
All
You
right.
have dark vision?
No, I don't have any dark vision.
Well,
Normal humans for the win.
while this is going on, I will divine sense now.
Strong evil. So, okay, you will be able to sense that, yeah. It's celestial fiend undead within 60 feet.
So You don't sense anything within the immediate area. You get the sense that there might have been something here
Hmm.
that's setting off your noxious odor.
Has
It's
this
not
been
whatever it is. You're not sensing anything right now. But
has this
Mortis, as you look in, you can only see maybe 5-10 feet into it.
Okay.
I'm
You
gonna
don't hear
look to
anything.
Ortis and
Here's a
say,
question.
"You got any torches?"
Here's a question: has this place been desecrated, consecrated, or hollowed?
Or hallowed?
Because
Ooh.
just to need to make sure in case his spell picks up on that.
No, the guy tells you no. He hasn't had anyone out here except for a couple neighbors to look at it. And tells you that his neighbor, that's to his west, had a similar hole and a similar problem within the past week.
Hmm.
Now, if only we knew where they'd spring up next, or where they're coming from, that'd be a
If I knew
starter.
how deep the hole was, we could probably traverse the tunnels. But the
I
problem is
have
we
an
don't know
idea.
how big they are.
I
have
also
an
have
idea.
an idea.
At the same time, I'm
Or
gonna look
just-
at Kuroda and be like, and I'm gonna look back at Ortis. I'll draw Kuroda in the hole and see how deep it is.
No, I was thinking of dropping you in the hole and seeing and you telling us how deep it is.
Sure. You could drop me in a hole.
The farmer's actually getting a pretty good kick out of it. He's actually kind of laughing a little bit. He
Actually,
can
will
tell you-
this be fine?
he's
I'm
in
gonna
the-
cast sleep on him.
Oh. You want to play that game, do you?
I mean, it might work.
Will it be fine? That's the question I need to know. Will the DM allow it?
Cast it and sleep on Herundus.
Yes. Alright then. Let's see if it's enough hit points.
Yeah, that'll do it.
What's the save?
There's no
Yeah, let's
save.
just-
I
There's
have
no
to
save,
do
it's just hit
enough hit
points.
point damage to you, which is sleep damage essentially.
Well,
And I know you don't have that many hit points.
yeah. So as I go down, you hear me just stop on the word I'll have you know I'm claustrophobic.
So you hit the ground.
Alright,
He's asleep. And
He's asleep.
how long does it take for him to wake up? It takes someone to kick
It
him.
takes a minute. We can move him. We just can't attack him.
alright. So I'm gonna pick him up, right? So I'm just gonna hoist him, right? And drag him up through the hole. And
As he
just
does
kinda,
this, the breakfast this morning has finally started to not settle with my stomach. I cast
You're
fart.
I guessed parts. That's fair.
Go ahead and make a strength test, though.
okay, strength check.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. I'm pretty big.
I know, that's why I'm doing this.
Can he even move me?
Oh, what the hell?
No.
Why are my rolls always shitty? It's always below 10.
You
It's
know,
never
you
above 10.
You
can
know what?
lift up with your shoulder, that's about it.
Okay,
That's
Ortis.
Yeah.
Wake him up. Just do it. I'm prepared for what's next.
Alright. I kick him in the face. No, in the ribs. In the ribs.
He needs his face to kill people.
Are you trying to hurt him?
I'm trying to wake him up.
Okay.
I mean,
so
it's a
you
minute
just-
duration, but he will wake up automatically if he's harmed. If you're not trying to harm him, he won't wake up, even if you try to shake him awake.
I mean,
No.
you could always kick me for subdued damage.
That's true.
No, I'm just if I have to harm my friend, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait.
That's fair.
So you're gonna take a point of damage from this.
All right, that
No,
works.
I said if I'm gonna hurt him, I'm just gonna wait. I'm not gonna kick him.
I mean, if I take a point of damage, I can fix that in an instant.
Well, yeah. Okay. So if you really okay, take
So,
a point of damage.
I'll take
and
a
wake
point
up.
of damage. I wake up and go, the fuck? All right, who put me to sleep?
It was me, the man with no spellcasting abilities.
Make a deception check unless you're really trying.
No, I know it's pretty obvious. Like that, I'm
I'm
it's me,
gonna look
person with no
at
spellcasting.
Kuroda.
I'm gonna cast puppet on you now.
Before he
Oh my
does
God.
that, I'm
When he
gonna
does that, I'm
try
give you a
something.
turn to try to get up and do what you want to do, Herundus.
I am going to do this. And I'm actually
You're
going to
gonna do
roll
a
my
magic missile
missiles.
on me?
And I'm going to roll my other 2 missiles.
At the sight of this, the farmer takes off. He thinks that it's going a little bit overboard, and he starts to back up a little bit, and he's moved back about 10 feet away from
And then I lay on hands.
That is fair. I'm taking how much damage?
I am
Okay,
pelting
12
you
damage,
for
and then-
12.
of.
And then I'm like, never do that again.
Fine, I won't put you to sleep. How about I just puppet you for a bit?
No. Just walk down the hall. Just walk down the hall.
Oh,
I'm gonna-
fine, I'll do it.
Coming back, and he's like, "You guys okay? Like, do I need to be worried here?"
No, this is pretty usual affair.
By this point, Kuro's already jumped down the hole.
I'm just gonna stand over the hole and put my ear towards it, like, how far? Just gonna do that almost cartoonish listening for the drop.
It's not like a straight shot. You can tell right away. It's not. It's you jump, and you're still hanging out of the hole. Still, probably about 2 feet. They can see your head pretty good. But you can tell that it's just a slope. It's sloped into the.
This seems more like something made it. Like
Well,
one of
yes.
those.
Well,
Yeah,
I
but like
figured
it's
we'd test and see if you could
something
fit in
with
the hole.
intelligence made it. It's not a random hole.
Ghouls are known to dig.
That is true. That's why my village berries are dead facing down. Welp,
That's
I'm gonna go
why-
down.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try. Well, actually, I shouldn't go down. I don't got dark vision. Let me see if I have a lantern. I do not. I do not even have light. So,
Part of the supplies, one of you guys has a lantern.
Yeah, no, I have an explorer's pack. So I'm gonna light my lantern, hand it down there to him. What do you see?
okay, let's see.
You kind of crouch down, and you can see it gives off pretty good light. You can see there's a big open chasm of dirt and walls, like no bracers of like wood or anything to keep it up. But you can see about 30, 40 feet in. Can't see the back wall, but you can see the walls kind of split off in a circular area, but you can't see the back wall quite yet.
I see a fork in the road.
Or it's you see that the hole as you to the main chamber, I guess. You can see that the walls make a circular shape, but you can't see the back wall.
All right, then I see an empty cavern of that is. I don't know how tall the ceiling is. Actually,
So
Wilderness
how deep
fair.
down is he, real quick?
I mean it's two. I'm pretty sure it's 2 feet above my height.
No. I said it slopes, and as you went down, you still had to duck because it's only about 3 feet. You kind of had to crawl,
Mm.
but it opens up into like a 4 feet, 5 feet tall chasm. But you're not sure the distance between the top of the chasm that you're in and the top of the dirt.
I call back up. You guys should come down here. I mean it's a tight fit, but well, actually it's gonna be a really tight fit for Herundus. I mean I have to.
I'm
hunch
going
over.
to ask how far away that is, if he has told us.
How far what is?
Yeah, just like how far along in the tunnel it is.
I mean it's.
He's like 15 feet away from you, maybe.
Which direction?
All the sound is coming through the hole.
Well, I'm going to try and figure out where he is, because I'm going to go over there. And I'm just going to see how stable the ground is over there.
Totally stable. You don't feel any depressions or anything.
Unfortunate. I was going to try and
But
bash my way in.
you're stepping over like dead crops and molded. You can feel that it's slick almost.
All right. Despite my better judgment, I am going to jump down into the hole as well.
You're right next to him. He's maybe 5 feet in front of you, and you can see the same thing that I described to him.
Now, this is more of a personal thing right now that I'm going to be making a roll for. Yeah, Herundus is like, oh god, oh crap, I have to go underground.
Yeah.
Because
All right, so
he is actually claustrophobic.
Good. Well, I'm gonna take the lantern I have back, and just saying, well, it looks like we're going further on, and I'm gonna venture on just a little bit further, and draw my sword just in case.
Okay, you can make it about 10 more feet, and there's the back of the cave, or the chasm. It's just all dirt. You do see like a couple of blood spots, like splattered on the already kind of wet dirt. You can see that there's some dried up blood.
All right, there's nothing else. It's just an empty cavern now.
Yeah, it's just an empty cavern now. It's about 30 feet wide at its widest, and then maybe 50 feet back.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty sizable hole.
Well, do I see any other entrances or exits that might have been used, or is it just a big hole?
So it's just a big hole. If you want to make an investigation check, I mean, you can. But
All right, I'm gonna make an investigation check to see if there are any places that might have been good, and hopefully, my thing rolls above a 10 for once. Well, yes, it does. That's a 19.
yep, you see a lot of small bones and stuff. From what Herundus described, it seems like a pretty typical live-in. You see a lot of footprints, but they're not human necessarily. You can definitely tell that there's claws at the end of. You also see that there's handprints with the same long claws on them, and they're covering the entire thing. It's completely full of these tracks.
It's just full of these tracks, and there's no other exits, just the one hole. Okay.
Other hole or anything.
Dang it. All right. So I'm just gonna take the lantern and I'm gonna climb up and out of the hole.
Herundus is in the entrance, just with this completely shell-shocked look on his face, like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
And as I come up, I'm gonna go boogity boogity. I'm a zombie.
I'm actually gonna roll to see if Herundus startles.
That's
He's
fair.
pretty freaked out with a 9.
Oh yeah,
That's neat.
he almost
mean-
he comes close to punching you.
I mean,
Whoa!
are we gonna say he has disadvantage though?
It's fine.
All right.
Either way, it's a whatever.
So it was pretty obvious that it wasn't a thing.
That I'm not a zombie. Yeah, I'm just covered in dirt now.
Herundus gets out of the hole really quickly and just goes over to the side.
Ortis, you can tell that the tracks lead out to the field.
Oh, so there's more tracks. Okay. Now I'm just gonna follow those tracks. Like, found something. Turn off close up my lantern. Put it back in my explorer's pack. And I'm just gonna keep following these tracks as good as I can, which I do believe is a survival check. If
The farmer is like asking you what you're doing. You tell him you're following the tracks or whatever, but he follows you wherever you're going. But Ortis and Herundus, are you going to follow too?
Oh yeah. Herundus is just gonna follow. He's gonna draw his sword and just be ready because he's not happy about being in a tiny hole.
you weren't in that hole, you were outside the hole.
Yeah,
I was in the entrance of the hole.
Kuroda follows along, but not as close as he should. He's
Alright,
still
that's
too busy to. His voice is echoing across the halls due to the fact that he's talking to his book.
Oh no, you're not in the halls. We're out in the open now.
Oh, we're on the open?
Yeah, you guys are in the hole.
You're always busy doing something then. Sorry.
That's a 13.
Go ahead. Oh, make it with advantage. So is that the
Oh, so that'd be a
21?
21.
Okay, so yeah, you can see that the tracks lead. There's actually two different sets of tracks that you can tell. To the right of where you guys are, the hole was to the north of his house. It was kind of southwest, and then one set goes southeast. And you remember that he was telling you that a hole which was to the west, to your guys' right. So there's a set of tracks going that way, and there's a set of tracks going the opposite way.
All right, so let's follow the one that doesn't lead to the other hole. I feel like they all might be going in one direction.
Yeah.
With the roll of 21, you can see that it's not just one. You can see that there's actually a larger set of tracks. They're really similar, but this one doesn't seem to have the handprints. At the others two, you can't really tell how many there are, but you can tell that there's definitely more than one, and then there's one that seems to be bipedal.
So I'm just going to continue following the tracks. Keep going.
You're led through his massive wheat field, and they kind of split off and then come back, but it ends up leading you back to where that field that meets closest to his house. You assume that that's the tracks that led to his house, or what the incident that happened with him. So you kind of backtrack a little bit and reconnect with the other set of footprints that you guys found. Probably 4 or 5 hours of looking, even with the roll of 21. You started going over to this row of huge walnut trees, and the farmer tells you that he can't go any further, leading into his neighbor's fields, and they don't really get along. He can't go past the orchard or the row that separates their property.
So I'm gonna go. Well, I'm certain he would be happy to have, or happy for us to be rid of undead. So if you can't, we'll be sure that this won't lead back to you.
This tells you, okay, it's on you guys. Whatever happens is on you. I'm washing my hands of this. Whenever you guys are done, you can come back and see me. I have all the gold that I promised you and all that waiting for you guys whenever you guys are done.
All right. Continue following the tracks, and I'm gonna sheath my sword specifically, just so I don't look aggressive.
So it's just another wheat field after you guys pass the row of walnut trees. It's another huge, massive field of wheat. You eventually come up to this huge mound, and you guys can start to smell something pretty bad.
All right. Upon smelling something, I draw my sword immediately.
And I'm going to Divine Sense to determine if it's right there. As well, we may be able to smell it.
The smell is coming directly from this hole, and as you saw before, the plants are starting to wither a little bit right around it.
And in preparation for what's going to happen, I will prep my gold flame blade.
In preparation for what's going to happen as well, I'm going to cast Expeditious Retreat. It's always good to have mobility.
It is good.
So what do you guys want to do?
All right. I am approaching the mound. I think marching order would be me in front, definitely.
I'm going to start circling off to one side, trying to get around to another side of it.
And I'm gonna slowly and stealthily approach, even with my.
Where's Kuroda at?
Kuroda's going to approach as well, although he's going to be a little bit to the side of them, in case shit goes south, and he has to break off.
And
All right, so that's not a fail on my stealth.
That is not a fail either. We got the exact same thing. I don't have advantage though.
And as I circle,
I
I will
have
kind of.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage, because he's in chainmail.
As I circle, I will spiral inward just a little bit.
I have a whole grid here. You guys can't really see, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
pool itself is right here, and
Yep.
the mound popper is like say around here.
Mhm.
Okay, so probably about 15 feet, kind of off to the side of it, like this, of
All
the
right.
hole, and you can smell it's actually really bad right now. And then Herundus, you said you kind of circled around, so I'd say
Yep.
you're off to the side a little bit, and then you're you're about 15 feet too, but off to the side of.
Yeah, okay. All right. Seeing as I kind of understand how much noise my armor is making, I'm just gonna basically charge right up into the hole and look down real quick. Shield raised, ready to go.
As soon as you do that, you can hear something like make a like almost a growl sound. There's more than one, and it's kind of like it's choking on blood almost, like gurgling growl. And you hear something charge after you. I want everyone to roll initiative.
All right.
Alrighty.
Initiative? Okay.
While you guys do that, I gotta pee.
Oh my god, not one initiative.
Nat 1 initiative. That's surprising. I wasn't expecting it to jump out.
Ah! Just jumping straight up.
It's okay. My armor class is big.
Both of ours are big. Plus, I've got the right tool for the job.
You do.
Saving throw versus dex. Let's see. Now that I think about it, I am the most ill-equipped out of the party.
To handle undead?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Necrotic.
I'm mainly necrotic damaged.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got a lot of force damage as well, but necrotic is kind of my thing.
Hey, nothing
Let's see.
resists force damage. Well, there's a couple things that resist force damage, but very few
Us.
things resist force
Yeah.
damage.
That's why with my custom Onmyoji class I made, it's their primary damage type. Well, aside from
force.
physical.
Use the force.
Pretty much.
But then you fight a force dragon and you're like, oh no, it's completely immune.
Yeah,
Yep.
but if an Onmyoji were to fight a Force Dragon, they can switch it over to some other damage type on the fly. That's
All right,
what they're
so-
for.
Kuroda, you are actually first.
Alright, then I'm going to use my bonus action to dash up behind it.
Behind the. Well, he's in the hole right now. Or like,
Oh, he's in the hole?
Yeah, I'm in the hole.
Oh, we're not in the we're not in the hole yet. Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to
into it, and he heard that terrible snarl, and he can hear something rushing him.
well, I'm gonna go towards the hole. And then right up next to him, and then try to drag him out of the hole.
The strength or an athletics test.
Athletics?
Athletics. He's only like two, like you were in the other one.
Hmm.
How your head was sticking up.
Yeah,
so
I'm just slightly in the hole. I just jumped in, so
14, even though I have a -2.
it's pretty good.
That's
I
pretty
know.
I say that's good, Max. You can get him out of the hole. Do you resist him at all?
No, I seen that. I'm like, oh, and I'm too shocked to resist. I wasn't expecting to find something immediately.
You guys are right outside the hole. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, I guess it ends my turn because I used my action. Actually, yeah, that's about it. No, I'm ending my turn.
Horrendous, you're up next.
Herundus is going to move up to the hole. And he's going to look in the hole.
Right now, you don't see anything. You just hear the snarls.
This hole look deeper than the last one?
It's at an angle, like the other one was.
All right. About how far back does the snarling sound to me?
Check.
Hmm?
Need a perception check.
Make a perception. You got it.
Eh.
You can't tell now.
All right. I am... wait, I have to see my target for magic missile.
You do, yes.
Do an action.
Actually, even though I can't see my target, I'm still going to throw magic missiles into the hole.
That is true, you can do that.
So, cast the missile, then...
It says a target, it doesn't say creature. That's the kicker.
Oh, wait, yeah. Well, I'll direct them towards the sound and hope they hit.
Okay, so
So should I just roll a d100 and see if they hit?
no, I'm just gonna say that you just hit the ground.
Okay.
For how many is it? 3? Yeah, 3.
It's 3 with no power, like no first
With
anything
no
besides first.
additional power to the spell.
So you see the three little darts of blue energy just hit smack into the dirt. Like one hits the side of the hole, one hits the bottom, one hits the top. But you just see the dust pattern into it.
Yeah. I'm going to look to the party, and I'm going to say to them quietly, let's back away. See if it'll come out.
Anyway.
And then Herundus is going to start backing away, and then he's going to crouch down.
How far do you want to back up?
Let's just say 15 feet. He's going to back away enough away from the hole that he can still see it and charge up to it if the creature comes out.
That's really perfect spot right there.
And then, like trying to hide something from a kid, he puts his sword right behind his back. Still glowing with flames. And waits.
Yep, you want to use your action, never mind. Okay, so right as you end up running away, kind of crouching down a little bit, you see ghastly. It looks like it's got big eyes and it looks almost like about 4 feet tall, but it's crouched over like a gorilla and it's pouncing on its hands. You see it leap out and this humanoid creature. It looks like its skin is melting off it almost. It's got these red eyes that Ortis, you see first coming at you, and it comes out of the hole right where you're at the edge of, and it leaps out and with huge claws that are black. And mine doesn't hit you, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Mine's.
Oh, and it makes a claw attack at you, or
At who, Kuroda?
at Ortis, because he's the closest.
What?
Yeah. And claws at you, but it completely misses. But you can tell that this monstrosity that came out of the hole, it looks like it barely fit through it. Like it had to crouch down a little bit on all fours to get through. And then it came out and it's about halfway through and it made that claw attack at you. You're not sure if any more can fit through there. And as you do that, that stench gets a lot worse too.
Okay.
It's actually going to go back to Kuroda.
So I can see the beast now, right?
And it's the only thing still in the hole is probably its feet.
Oh.
Right up on you. It's about 5 feet within you.
Alright then. Let's see. This is how close is he to Ortis?
Right up on him. He's the same distance from you as he is to Corona.
How close is Ortis to me?
He's right next to you. You guys are like 2-3 feet away from each other.
Okay, good. Then I'm going to magic missile this beast to hell.
All right.
So 5, 4, 2. So that makes it 11 damage.
So, the same three arcane darts that you guys saw Herundus pepper into the sides of the wall. You see them pierce it pretty deep. It looks like into this mangled flesh monster, and lets out another blood curdling growl like you guys heard whenever Ortis first disturbed
Jumped
it.
in, yeah.
And now I guess I'll use my bonus action to back away from it around 40 feet. Even if it draws an opportunity attack on me.
So it does a. Okay.
Does a what hit?
Mhm.
How much?
16.
16? Yes, but I'm also going to use my arcane deflection just for shits and giggles. No, I'm not. Just hit me. For how much?
Okay.
Okay, I'll take that damage easily.
That is.
I'm now going to look down at my robes and say, "That
Oh,
bastard tore my clothes."
It's a total of 7.
Oh, 7? Okay. So 7 damage total. So I'm at 9.
Okay, so as you back away, you haven't used an action yet, have you? Yeah, you magic missile. So you did your action and your movement and your bonus action, right?
No, I used my action, then my bonus action, and now I still have my movement free. It's not my turn anymore though. It's Ordis's now. Oh no, Herundus, right?
Horrendous. It's horrendous.
Yep. I'm going to move up to the creature, now with my sword ready. And I'm going to swing my blade down on the creature first, because I have to do that to get my gold flame blade off. 17 hit.
Then roll damage.
Alright. First sword damage, and then gold flame blade. For an additional 7 radiant, and if it is still alive, it has to make a DC 13 wisdom save or be turned.
Down on it with the gold. I'm not going to say that it's flame. I kind of imagine it as a gold sparkle
Oh yeah.
on this flesh piece. And you cleave its head off, and as you do so, it goes and crumbles to ash, leaving like a gold cracks in it, and then falls down to ash. Ash that's speckled with gold flakes. It looks really pretty.
I just made gold? Holy crap. Okay. Still, I'm not touching that. That's ghoul ashes. Ugh.
Ugh.
I keep my blade going just in case there's more of them. And I look over at Ortis. You alright?
I look at that like, oh, that was spooky. Let's do it again.
You're one
Yeah,
to
that's
talk
it.
and rip
That's
my
it for my
clothes and
turn.
cut me.
That's it for my turn if it's still combat.
That right as that one falls away, there's another one kind of clawing his back, and immediately after that one crumbles, another one takes its place, and you can see now that they're kind of in the. There's two of them, kind of fighting for position through the hole.
All right,
And
so my turn then, I guess.
it's not your turn.
Oh, okay.
The one that's furthest out, I
Ah,
didn't even touch it.
What do you expect? It's Goose.
you should get like a little tube to put that on.
Whenever it's leaning over like that, it's off balance. Come on, you piece of crap. See, okay, that's good enough. Okay, so the one that's kind of made it out first, he's going to go ahead and make like a bite attack at you. He's stretching his neck out as far as he can. You can see that it's whatever it is, it's flesh is peeling away at its fibers and its muscles, and it leaps out and tries to bite you. It latches right onto your heel, and that's actually it's gonna crit you.
Oh, okay.
When it bites into your foot, it leaves a huge, like you can tell that this thing fucking hurting your ankle. You're gonna take.
Type it out so it doesn't cut out.
Just actually, yeah, just type out the damage.
You're gonna take a total of 10 damage.
Actually, only the dice are doubled with crits.
So it would be 6 plus 2, so 8. You're gonna take a total of 8 damage.
Okay, let's see. Okay.
You look down at it when it bites your ankle, and it's looking up at you with its
Cold, dead eyes.
kind of rips at it like a dog would, like it shakes its head a little bit. It hurts like a son of a bitch. But the other one, it's not quite in range to strike out, but it's definitely fighting with the other one with its hands along with it. But as you guys do that, you smell that rancid, dead smell again, and it's even stronger than before.
Alright, let's see.
I'm gonna move on to Ordis's turn.
Yay, finally.
It's still
Crit
latched
fail
to-
initiative. Ugh. Anyway, so now it's my turn. I'm gonna take a stab at the one that that bit me.
Okay,
So-
go ahead and make an attack.
Okay, roll above a 10. Let's do this. That's a 12.
Hit.
It hit?
Yep.
Well, I see. That would be 9.
Alrighty.
I mean, ghoul AC is not that great.
I mean, natural armor. You don't know. Could be like 14.
Yeah, I hope was a makeshift monster or homebrew one.
Yeah.
But I would say I think you just matched it actually with this.
Down with your longsword and stab at it, you kind of you definitely tear into like its shoulder, and it latches on even harder. And it's still on your foot, but
Oh
you can tell that you hit it for sure.
my god, this thing is the mind of an angry chihuahua.
Alright, I'm gonna, since I don't want to get hit again with a second attack, I'm just gonna stay where I am and gesture for our paladin to come smite this motherfucker. Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna say it. Smite this shit stain as I stab at it.
Next is Kuroda. You're way back here.
Alright then, I guess I'll cast Toll of the Dead upon it.
Bong,
Let's
bong,
see.
bong.
Let's see if this one actually works now. So it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
It
It'll,
fails.
it'll ignore damage if it beats a 12.
Fails. So go ahead and roll damage.
You did.
Is that the damage right there? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
that.
3 because he's wounded.
We will go ahead. And it has 1d12. 4. Hello?
What?
For the 4, that's a 1d12 because it already has hit points missing.
Yeah, it's a 1d12,
Yeah, I
so we
see.
rolled 3.
Yeah, you take 3 damage. 4 is the 1d8, and 3 is the 1d12. Left is
Okay.
1d8.
Alright, keep. Alrighty, so as you do that, you see that the flesh on it, instead of the normal, what you would see with the black mist kind of going into its nostrils and eyes and stuff, instead, oh, and that neck flap that was missing, we would see the musculature of his neck, and it still lets out one of those blood curdling roars almost.
What? They're healing from necrotic damage?
No, hold on. You get the sense that did actually hurt it.
Well, I'm pretty sure in 5e I can't cast 2 spells for a full round action, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay, then. I end my turn then.
What's the range on that thing? Anyways?
It's 120 feet.
Listen. House, no movement.
No, wait, 60 feet. Sorry. I was thinking of a different spell. Which is... And I'm in 40 feet of it, if I remember correctly, because I said that.
Is that in your turn?
Yes, I'm gonna... But before that, before I end my turn, I'm gonna say, get away from the hole! I mean, do you really want to die that badly?
Yeah.
And now I end my turn.
Alrighty, Herundus, your turn.
All right. I am going to bring down my blade on the creature biting Ordus's leg.
The tackle.
Huh?
That does
is that your
not
tackle?
hit.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
On it again with this, with that gold shimmering blade that leaves a streak of flame with the sparkles in it almost. And it kind of scoots away from you a little bit, just enough to avoid the hit.
Yeah. It knows.
His buddy just get turned like fucking blade vampires.
Let's see. All right. Well, I'm just gonna look at Ordus. Try and get its head off your leg. We should probably back away from the hole. And I'm going to back away about 30 feet.
Feet
So
towards off to the side.
Just kind of off to the side.
Feet.
Yeah. So I'm pretty much out of play at this point.
Right now. Okay, that ends your turn.
Yeah. I don't have any other spells I can cast as a bonus action. Aside from my gold blade and blue blade. But yeah. That's it.
Alrighty, that ghoul that's still attached to you, Fortis.
Yep.
The mouth around the ankle still. But you can see that the one next to it, fighting with its hands, trying to get past this thing. But the hole seems to be just small enough to where they can't both get out at the same time. It's back into the hole a little bit. And this one is going to go ahead and make another fight attack at you.
All right.
Mouth, and it's kind of fending off the other one with its hands. Okay, Alec, what about you? The 21 hits.
Yeah, 21 hits.
So it is going to do another. Oh god, nope, ignore that. Actually did the right one. No, it didn't. Ignore that.
Yep.
Who was that gonna hit?
It's already on Ordis right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's only one person that can hit.
Yeah.
Ouch.
12 damage too.
Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Okay.
And gives you another like pit bull shake of its head, and it's really fucking up your leg right now. So I'm gonna go ahead. You hear a lot more those screams and growls coming from inside the hole. That smell keeps getting worse and worse.
All right, I'm gonna. My turn now, I think.
It is your turn.
I'm gonna look back at the paladin and go, why'd you frickin' retreat? You could have flanked around it. Whatever. And then I'm going to, as a bonus action, blow my second wind. So that's,
Did
That's
second
just
one
good.
do again?
I heal 1d10, or as a bonus action, I can heal
Oh, it's a
1d10
bonus
plus my
action, okay.
fighter level. Yeah.
Pretty nifty.
Oh, that's pretty
So,
good.
so I heal 10.
You're only missing 2 health then.
No, I'm missing quite a bit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He's
then I'm going to-
He's got a real good hold of his ankle, and he's wincing in pain, and you guys can tell he might be in trouble.
All right, and then I'm going to take my attack at the ghoul.
That will hit.
16, pretty sure that hits. And that's an additional 6 damage. So I'm
So
down
you-
my second wind.
You
Yeah.
slice into the thing's face, like not its head, cheek, and your sword pierces through its cheek into its mouth, where it has your foot,
Or it has my leg. Yeah.
your leg, yeah, whatever. And then you keep going. It keeps sliding into it, all the way into its chest cavity. Lets go of your leg, and it releases this terrible screech. Not even like the other sounds that you guys have heard. It's kind of like almost like a little kid screaming, and it kind of retreats back into the hole a little bit, and not a full 5 feet. Retreats back into the hole.
So wait,
You did not kill it, no.
all right,
But you can move away from it.
So it retreated a little bit.
Yeah, retreat a little bit.
Not enough for me to move it on the map. It's not a full 5 foot. It just kind of retreats a little bit.
All right.
And then let go of your leg.
And let go of my leg. So this is the big one though, right? That bit me.
The difference in size, it's from what you've seen from the last one you guys killed, or the one that was trying to hit. It's just a normal ghoul.
Just a normal ghoul. All right. I'm gonna stay where I am and say, show some courage. Get back up here. Flank this with me. As my free action.
So does that
That
end
ends
your
my
turn?
turn. I'm staying right where I am.
Okay, Rhoda, you're up.
Well, I guess I will use my bonus action to actually flank the monster, flank the ghoul,
Next to it or off to the side?
a little bit off to the side.
Like 5-10 feet, or
A good 10 feet.
That's
But
not
then
flanking, but okay.
Well, you know.
flanking. In order to gain the rules, the fifth edition rules, you have to be right on it.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I
So
guess I'll
whenever
go
you-
10. I'll go 10 feet away from it, but I'll still be on the side of it. So, I'll cast another Toll of the Dead on it since it's wounded, since it's really good, and it takes 11 damage if it beats the Constitution saving throw of 12.
And it takes 11 damage. You see
11
the
damage.
thing, as you cast that black smoke again curls out of its own nose and eyes and ears, and it restores all the flaps that were hanging and exposing all the flesh. But at the same time, it just flops over and lies flat on the ground. You can tell that it's taken out.
All right.
And I guess that's my turn as well.
Herundus, what do you want to do?
I'm going to move back to flank the other side of the hole. I was expecting the wizard to actually do something, I don't know, AoE, so I decided to move, but now it's just like, So yeah, I'm gonna move where I can
I
flank.
could do something AoE, but the thing is they're coming out of the hole and you guys aren't moving.
Exactly, so I'm just gonna stand there, and I'm gonna ready an action. So the next one that pops out of the hole, I'm going to cast Booming Blade.
Oh, that one's fun.
Especially because Gold Flame Blade is a concentration, they mesh.
That is true.
And if I turn it, it has to run away from me. Yep, that's it.
Alrighty. So as soon as you kind of gear up, you got your shield in one hand, your in the other, and your arm is up, ready to strike whatever comes through. And right as you get up to the hole and do all that, another two ghouls actually, and like the other one. So we're doing. They're fighting, jockeying for a position inside the hole, and they're popping out. They look very similar. They one might have like a little bit more rock to them. The one in the back, this one.
All right.
Two of them, they're trying to claw the way out, and you can see that they're actually clawing a little bit at the sides of the hole. Yeah, they managed to claw quite a bit of the way, and they both fit through. Now, like they're splitting off almost as it comes. Their entire doing that. So.
All right. So yeah, my held action should go off on one when it comes near me. All right.
As they coming through the hole, both of them, you smell that eventually you guys have been smelling this whole time. It's getting to the point to where you can't ignore it. It's really bad. You guys are starting to like gag even a little bit in your mouth, all of you.
Yeah.
Your held action goes off. So go ahead and make an attack on one.
All right. So I held my action for Booming Blade, so I'm gonna hit that. Now.
So it's an additional 1d8 thunder damage
on my sword.
And if it hits,
19.
All right. So there's that. Now for the 1d8 thunder and the gold flame blade. And if it fails a wisdom save, it is turned.
How much is that total? So 9 plus 8?
Let's see here. 8 plus 4 plus 5.
What's
so
it
yes.
turn them to do again?
So 17. It makes them run away from you.
Yeah, it's the same thing as doing.
It's a homebrew thing I'm came up with today. 17 damage total?
Yep, and a DC 13 wisdom save.
Let's see. What's the DC on it again?
13.
13.
It fails. And the one that you hit, you strike this thing down with like all of your fucking might. You were waiting for it. It had no clue it was coming. And right on the like shoulder blades, between both shoulder blades.
Ooh, wait a minute. Actually, that 1d8 did not go off. I'm not a high enough level to get the 1d8, so that only happens when it moves. So I actually only did 13.
So,
I just realized that after rereading my spell.
Which spell? What?
Booming
yeah,
Blade.
I appreciate you doing that for me. Because honest players with me, the only way we're going to get through this.
So yeah, if it failed its wisdom save, we'll see.
Turn from it's going to be turned.
On a hit, the target suffers the attack with normal effects, and it.
At the moment, I'm not a high enough level to get the 1d8 on my attack as well.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
if the ghoul moves again, it will take the 1d8.
If it has to move
Yep.
away from me, though. So
Yep.
if the wisdom save works,
It's gonna move away from you.
exactly. Oh, it
So
does?
then it does deal that. Okay.
Okay, so yeah. One dead ghoul.
I mean, oh, it's definitely dead.
You see your blade come down, and as you cast that booming blade, you hear as your blade crosses the entire upper back of this mutilated creature, boom, and everybody actually hears it. It's a lot. It's not necessarily a sonic boom to where you guys' eardrums are going to hurt, but that's how it sounds. It sounds like his blade is coming down with so much force that it's cracking the sound barrier, and it makes a deep rumble, like
It sounds
he
like
comes down.
Thunderstruck.
almost like Thunderstruck. At the same time, it's coming down with this gold, almost haze that swirls like it's fire and it sparkles like it has glitter in it or something. And as it crosses this thing's back, it winces and lets out a terrible scream, like maybe a sheep or something dying. That's the only thing you guys can relate it to. As it comes down, completely terrified of him, and ends up taking off into the darkness where you guys can see.
And then the booming blade triggers, and 1d8. You want to reroll that, or
Just
you want to
before.
take the?
Yeah, I'll just
it's
re-roll the
just
1d8 to be fair. Okay, same
fine.
damage.
It's the same thing.
So it's still just, it practically explodes probably.
As it takes off into the hole, you can hear it once again. It lets out like a chihuahua's yelp almost.
My god.
You guys can't hear it anymore.
Booming blade is a pretty good spell, especially if you have something that forces something else to move.
Originally, I didn't even think about that combo, but I found out about it after I made the Gold Flame Blade spell.
Okay, so Herundus, is that in your turn or
That is the
Oh, that
end
was-
of my turn.
your held action? So that's actually takes off, and you hear that yelp. You
Well, then it's the what's its turn? It's the ghoul's turns.
Yep.
well, no,
Lily
because that
Lily's
was his
turn.
held action. It was already the ghoul's turn.
Oh yeah, that's true. It was already the ghoul's turn. Now it's Ordis's.
Yep.
And now that one has taken off into the darkness,
And we don't know if it's dead or not.
that snow takes everybody by surprise, and it that whole crawling on his belly. It's this pale, almost slender humanoid monstrosity that comes out with pointed ears, a huge fangs, maybe 3 or 4 inches long, and a snarling, flicking tongue that flicks back and forth on the dirt, flicking almost all around that onto the hole's entrance, and its claws come up and long, and fingernails way too long for any normal human. And then a second set comes up, and it pulls itself up, and it's the stench overwhelms us and Herundus. And I need you guys to make a saving throw.
Including Kuroda?
Oh, boy. I'm probably gonna puke.
Including Kuroda or no?
It's 20.
Okay, so Ortis, you see this thing, and you're taken back, and that smell is so bad in your nose. But all you do is kind of look at it and evaluate it. But horrendous. Once this pale figure flicking its tongue back and forth emerges from the hole, the smell is, and you are poisoned until your next turn.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, this will be fun for Herundus.
If I had my full lay on hands, I could cure that.
Well, actually, never mind. I was about to say, the poison is actually a condition that doesn't deal damage. It just gives you disadvantage on saving throws, or so. Yeah, it's just a bad thing to happen.
It's just a bad.
You take
It's
damage.
just
Yeah.
yeah. You don't actually take damage from being
Yeah.
poisoned. It's just
really inconvenient.
yes, or if I'm pretty sure.
As you're taken back, you feel your body kind of seize up a little bit, and not in a good way, like as in tensing up for an attack. It's kind of like, oh, what the fuck is wrong? And Ortis, you can see that he's light skinned or anything to where you can normally see his veins, but because his skin is black, you can see the veins are like around his eyes and then his forehead swell up. And you've never seen anything like it really, but you can tell something's really wrong with this, which is weird to see because he's such a big imposing figure, and he looks actually a little bit vulnerable right now. But as that thing comes up, its right hand, and it reaches across his body and makes a slash with its huge claws at Herundus.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's it. A 24 hit you.
That hits.
Into
I have. Oh, wait, no.
7 damage. Also need to make another DC. You need to make another Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
The DC's not too high for this one.
I'm not going to metagame.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, as this disgusting reaches out from the hole, kind of on its side, like it's coming through, and its tongue flicking back and forth. It lashes out at you, and it hits you, and it digs into your chest. When it does, that tense feeling you felt as soon as you saw it overtakes your body, and your muscles tense up, and all of a sudden you cannot move. You're paralyzed for 1 minute.
Ooh.
10 rounds?
Oof.
Yeah, oof.
So that'll end its turn, and it goes to Ortis.
All right. So would it currently be considered flanked? I guess.
It would be.
Yes.
Due to the fact that he's not incapacitated, he's just paralyzed.
I'm gonna have advantage on any attack they make towards him.
So I'm going to. So I'm gonna steal my nerves. And since that's advantage, thank God that's a 7.
Which one are you attacking?
Oh, I'm attacking Big Boy.
Actually, is a miss. It's kind of digging through the enlarged hole that was in the ground, but even still, you overestimate how big it is. And you slash at its arm, but its arm is so small that you and slash into the ground, completely missing his really slender, elongated arms.
All right, blowing my action surge to get another attack. I hate you so much.
Throw back.
Exactly.
Damn it, roll
That's
20.
that is bullshit. That is a 1,
As
a 2, and 2 3s.
That is amazing.
I'm sorry, man. It makes for a good story. Instead of slashing down towards its arm this time, you go horizontal to it, trying to lop its head off. But you whiff it and skim some dirt off the top of the hole.
I'm gonna go upstairs and get actual dice because that's a load.
Well, I guess it's my turn now.
Oh, end his turn. Kuroda, go ahead.
Yeah.
I guess I will throw an ice knife at the. Wait, how close is the normal ghoul to Herundus and Ortis?
It is actually striking distance of Ortis, but it's separated by the big monstrosity, big boy. That thing is separated by the big monstrosity between Herundus. You can see it kind of.
Well,
Here's the here.
well,
I'll stick it this way. You can kind of see it better.
well, Ortis, I hope you have a decent dexterity. I really do.
This is a bad idea.
I'm gonna throw an ice knife at it.
What's that mean?
Oh, it creates a shard of ice. It has to beat a. Wait, did that fail? Let me check. Did I check that?
Whoops, that's wrong. That's not my. That's dexterity check. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Getting real dice.
Okay, let's let him roll with real dice because roll 20s RNG is bullshit. It's always
You
been
should have
bullshit.
stuck- What? Let me read the ice knife.
So essentially, I throw an ice knife at it from a drop of water on my belt, since I have my water flask on my belt. And in turn, since if it beats its AC, it takes 1d10 damage plus 2d6 cold damage after it explodes. And
So you're targeting the
the
ghoul.
normal
right?
ghoul, and then it will hit the
The 1d10.
normal ghoul and the other ghoul due to the splash damage. But it will also hit Ortis if he fails. He has to beat a 12. And the two ghouls have to beat a 12.
You know what? Hey, Ortis, I don't know if you're here.
He's getting dice.
No, I get what he's doing. I'm gonna say he has advantage because you yelled that out to him. That 15 as a success. Go ahead and so you're targeting the ghoul. So the ghoul's gonna take 1d10.
It's gonna take. Let
for
me.
sure. So go ahead and roll that 1d10.
Did the damage not register? Actually, I'll just roll normal damage for
Yeah,
this.
just actually click the name Ice Knife. That'll roll the damage.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
The thing automatically. You hit it with the 15, so it takes 1d10, so 2.
And then it'll take 11 from the 2d6, which is cold damage. So 2 piercing and 11 cold damage.
Okay, let me make
And-
the dex for both of them.
And the big.
Alright, I'm back. How much damage did I take?
You did not take anything because we're gonna say you got advantage.
That's because he told you, I hope you have it.
That's still a
interpret-
7.
It's fine. He told you, I hope you have a good deck save. So what I'm going to say is that he was telling you to back up, and I will give you advantage in that DC 15 dexterity save on advantage saves you.
Okay.
But so
Let me make this 2. That one fails.
and did the 2 ghouls fail?
The regular duel failed, but the other one passed. So the other one doesn't take any. Yeah, it doesn't take any.
It does not take any damage. So,
Either way, I'm using real dice now.
that is fair. RNG is bullshit on roll 20.
I can't verify that.
Set up a
No, it's
webcam. Set up a webcam on the dice, Alex.
You know I don't have a webcam, right?
Shit. Gonna have to rely on the RNG then.
Seem like a upstanding fellow that understands how D&D is supposed to work, so
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
is a
trust you,
DM.
okay?
I mean, getting threes and twos all for like my past 5 rolls is a little ridiculous.
I mean,
So
it
I'm
The
gonna go
happens.
ahead
RNG
and
is
trust you.
broken.
Okay, Woody?
I mean, it happens, but it just happens more on roll 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you cast this ice knife, you make a little hand motion, and you send it out with your two fingers on both hands, pointing towards where the ghoul is. The normal ghoul is kind of writhing up, trying to get at somebody. This crystal forms in between your two hands, and you shoot it out, and it pierces it right through the temple. And as it explodes, it blows up the fucking thing's head, and it completely melts the regular ghoul that was kind of crawling out, trying to get at somebody. Body exploding into like a disgusting mess of ice shards. Ortis, you manage to get out of the way, basically. Shake your shoulder to your left shoulder up and away, and the stuff that would have clattered you in the face kind of just goes off to the side. Do that. The coolness you can feel it rush against your face, and it actually kind of surprising you. But that is completely fucking weird. The big one in time, it kind of turns back towards it, and it just horrendous again, and it licks its whole face with it, as if it's getting ready to make another attack at you, horrendous.
So I can't move, but I'm not incapacitated. Am I still capable of? Am I still capable of speech?
You are capable of speech, but it's murmured slightly due to being
That's fine,
paralyzed.
as long as I can perform vocal components.
That is true. You can still cast spells if it's only vocal components.
My concentration's gonna go for this, but
It's whose turn is it? Herundus, yeah.
I am going to use my last first level spell slot, lose my concentration on my gold flame blade, to cast this on Ortis's sword. Blue flame blade.
Blue flame blade. Ooh.
That's a second level.
On hit, the target suffers the normal effects. If deals as moon should cut in half. Okay.
And disadvantage on attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well, the enemies get
Isn't
disadvantage.
that a second level spell, Herundus? Didn't we decide that? Or was it a first level spell?
That is a first level spell, and it's my last spell slot.
That is true.
Okay, then you're good.
I am really glad. I'm really glad that the handbooks.
His lips kind of barely move, his teeth still gritted together. He's looking, you can see that his eyes are still darting towards you.
Yep.
And you look at your blade that's just missed twice after you swept across its head and completely whiffed. And it's over by like your left shoulder, and you bring it around to make another like strike. You bring it around over to your right side again, and as you do, you can see that your blade is now glowing with this blue shimmer to it. It's not like it's emanating blue light, but you can see that it's the sword itself was like not the metal on it, but around it is this light blue the blue flame blade.
Blue flame blade. Sweet.
Yep.
Turn around us.
That is all I can do. I am passing the torch for the next attack.
As you rear up, this bluish gray monstrosity that just looked its face in almost hunger and desire, it looks like, reaches up and completely emerges from the hole, Or whenever you jumped into that first hole,
All right.
but you can see that it's not nearly as affected as you were. Instead of it being up to where like its upper like chest and head was visible, you can see that its entire upper body, waist and like knees and stuff, are completely out of it. So you can tell that it's definitely a long, lanky creature. It is going ahead and make a bite at the paralyzed.
Oh boy,
Oh no.
it's Rippy the Gator.
Right now. There's a 13 hit,
No, it does not.
so it reaches back on. You know what? It's got advantage. Hold on.
One more time.
16, 1-6.
Oh no, that does not hit either.
His back fully erect in all of its hideous glory, reaches out to try to bite at you. As it kind of slips on some of the loose dirt that the regular ghouls had kicked up, and it kind of it bites you, but it gets into your chainmail and some of the leather padding that you have underneath it. You can feel it latch on, but it doesn't hurt at all, and you're just completely motionless. And it's still
I
you're
mutter a
pretty sure
curse at it
it
in
didn't do.
Abyssal.
It looks up at you and gets ready to rear back and do the same thing again. But hold on, I got to make another roll. And okay, that's going to end its turn. So it is Ortis's turn.
All right. So I'm right up on it.
All right, you can see that it's time to turn its attention towards him as it rears up, and it was the first thing that it was closest to.
Well, then since it's turned around, I'm saying, hey, you're dancing with me today, and I'm gonna make my attack. 21 since it's flanked, I think.
It is flanked.
Why am I still rolling with that? Whatever. Doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm doing that. So does that hit? I'm pretty sure. 8.
And blue flame blade goes off when you strike it. Oh, that's just sad.
Oh,
A one,
okay.
a 1 and a 1.
It's still 13 damage, you know?
13 damage, eh?
And it needs to
Okay.
make a dex save.
And if it fails, it does what? Let's see.
It's slow.
It's
it's
slowed
slow.
and fails, and it can potentially fail its attacks of opportunity due to disadvantage.
Okay.
Tails, you can see that as you say that, it kind of looks over at you with its teeth still bare, getting ready to attack Herundus again. And as you slice into his belly, you can see little frost crystals form around it as your blade goes through. It's not leaving the streak or anything, but you can still see that the shimmer around it is still that light blue. And as it cuts through, it leaves that little frost in it. You can see that it kind of winces in pain a little bit, and as it goes to bite again, it's not as fast as it was. It was flaming around and doing crazy shit at almost an unhuman speed, but it seems like slowed down quite a bit. Anything else you want to do?
Let's see here. Can I circle around it just a little bit so that we're like facing 180 degree completely? Like, yeah, like right there. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of circle around it so it has to really split its attention.
Okay.
All right, and that's my turn.
Oh, 1 second.
That's close. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I should do. It took damage this turn, so I guess I'll cast another Toll of the Dead.
Hey, go ahead.
Since it's wounded, it has to take 8 damage if it fails its con save.
So, right. It takes no damage, yeah.
Doesn't take damage. Okay.
Okay, so you see that same blackness instead of coming out from around it, it snarls up through his nose and eyeballs and ear slits and some of the cracks in its skin that you can see.
Hmm.
It swirls around, taking effect.
Well then, I guess. Well, I can't persuade it. Pretty sure I can't as a free action. Well, on my turn.
Turn.
Yeah, I'll end my turn.
Herundus, you're up. You can go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw.
All right. And con save.
So you have to pass.
Just enough or no?
It's just enough.
Okay.
As you see Ordis circle around it, your muscles break free all of a sudden, and you're free.
All right. I am going to... You know what? I'm just going to strike it with my longsword.
You have no. You don't have.
Oh, wait, no,
gold
I don't have
coins.
any actions, do I? So, yeah, never mind. That's pretty much it.
Actions.
What was that?
You have actions.
Oh, I do? Okay, then yeah, I will try and cut this thing.
Gold flame blade or anything that's enough to hit.
No, he does not. He had to break it.
All it says is that you, at the beginning of its turn, and it ends the effect of itself on your success. I'm not going to say that it takes an action; it just wears off.
All right. Then that's 2 slashing.
I mean, it's something.
It's
It
something. It's something. I'm at least keeping its attention a little.
The downstroke that you gave to it to begin with, as you break free, you come up with it to reset, and you actually slash a bit of its chest behind it. A little bit of a wound.
Yeah.
Anything else?
And of course, as we're fighting this thing, as my turn closes, I begin speaking a prayer to Bahamut as we finish this thing.
What do you say?
In Draconic.
Can you? Never mind.
As a Draconic Blood Sorcerer, I now have Draconic.
Oh, good for you.
Not already?
But yeah, that's my turn.
You know, I have a little confession to make. I did not realize that my Ignan language was written in Draconic last game.
We'll just say that this never showed you the note, so you couldn't identify that it was in Draconic because you kind of hid it.
That's true.
You hid it to what's his name, so it's fine.
Yeah. So, I think that brings us to this weird vampire thing.
After it slashes at him and it's rearing back for another bite, you see that one that took off before through the hole, and it's going to go ahead and lash out at you with its fleshy arm and make a claw attack at you.
Wait, at whom?
At Ordis.
Okay.
Okay.
That you does a 15. No, does a 17 hit you.
Nope.
Kind of clashes on your armor, Ordis.
Yeah.
And it does, because it's slashing at you, and you got the chainmail, which chainmail is usually more susceptible to piercing damage than slashing. It just rakes across the rings, across to your chest, and it doesn't hurt you at all. And then the big guy, after you, Herundus, with its rear back neck, it leashes out and makes another bite attack at you.
All right.
When it lashes out at you, this time it's, like I said, it's completely almost out of the hole. These are the only thing you can't really see. About eye level with you still,
Hmm.
even with its knees being, and it lashes out and it gets you right on the neck.
Huh. Okay.
Oof.
14, 14 plus 3. It crits you right on the neck. 14 plus 3, right? Oh, it'd be 28 plus 3. 2 damage total, right on your neck. When it does that, it rears back and tears a big, huge chunk out of your neck.
Ow.
33 piercing damage.
Yeah, you're down.
Yeah, I am in the negative. Technically.
Negative. It's not double your hit points, is it?
So, that means I think that's Ortis's move next, right?
No, it's not. He's not. He's not asking. He's asking you if that's double your hit points.
No. Not even close.
And you would
The
believe
damage
if
was,
you-
but I didn't take double my hit points in damage in negative.
Yeah.
nothing.
I'm
So,
still surviving barely.
Huge chunk out of your neck, and you immediately crumble to the ground like a sack of potatoes. Your knees buckle from you, and you flop on the floor. Ending its turn,
All right.
looks back at you, Ortis, with its claws bared out to its side, as if getting ready to uh, stab you or something with it. Its hands are closed, and it looks like it's going to try to pierce you with its claws. Ortis, your turn.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to back away and start loading my crossbow.
Move.
It gets an attack of opportunity, but it's got disadvantage.
Both of them will.
I think this is the last round it has it, though.
Yep. Well, actually, no. Yeah. This is the only, which is why I'm backing up 30 feet and loading, and then firing my crossbow once I get back there.
The one's going to have disadvantage on you.
Yep. Yeah, big guy has disadvantage.
The big guy, as you back up and it has its claws reared, it goes to pierce you in kind of like a V motion with its hands. It ends up stabbing itself into the wrist.
You know, I'm really tempted to cheese this thing.
How so?
Completely, and the other one, the regular duel, does a 15 hit you?
No, does not.
It's flailing its arms frantically, and you back up with no problem.
All right. So I load up and fire my crossbow. 21. Pretty sure that hits.
Which one?
Big guy. Big ghoul. And that's 4 points of damage. And then I look over to Kuroda and say, if you got anything to kill him quick, now's the time.
Alright, I guess it's my turn then.
Yep.
What do you got? If you could take them both out, I don't know. Oh, okay.
Okay.
We'll wait on him. I got time.
Coffee real quick. Dude, this fight is insane. I was not expecting it to be this cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's oof. It's a big boy fight.
I feel like this thing is familiar. I don't think it's a ghoul, but I can't place it. It's definitely a type of undead. I just can't place what it is.
Religion show.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to cast Puppet on it. It has to make a Constitution saving throw.
The thing so I can read it. Press it on the thing so I can. As you mutter the incantation to say it.
I don't have to say it. I just have to wiggle my fingers.
Okay, so you wiggle your fingers you rub them together, palms facing away from each other, and the rest of your hand clenched in a fist, as if you're trying to start a fire or something. You flick it towards it, and this magical beam of white light out, being bright at the point, and you hit it right in its forehead. And as you do, it looks directly at you with this black, and it sticks out its huge whipping tongue, almost kind of like a snake, up and down, and then you can see it come towards you.
So wait, does it mean I actually control it?
Walking towards you now.
Oh wait, so I didn't actually control it.
No, you didn't.
Pro tip: undead are immune to being charmed.
Oh, it is?
Most undead are immune.
Are ghouls immune to being charmed?
Nah, you don't know.
And
That's true.
whenever you get back up, Herundus, I'll have you make a religion check to check with your series that you guys are fighting. But
Yeah.
right now you're not bleeding out. Anything else you want to do?
Well then, I'm going to make essentially a 90-degree circle around it to the left, just so we can at least draw it away from Herundus. That way.
So you can get like right there. I'll say you try to avoid it as best you can.
Yeah.
Get away from it. Want to yell anything at it, or
That's it. That's it from me right now.
do you cast that at its face? It's actually facing you now. Just go ahead and make a death saving throw.
Yep. That's one success.
And he's bleeding out. You guys can also. He's bleeding. And it's spilling all over that rotten or that withered wheat that surrounds the field that you guys are in. There's this a ghoul. Seeing that this thing is looking that way, and that this guy has already dropped, it's going to move up towards you, Kuroda. It's going to get right up on you.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that's me.
Ordis.
Yeah.
It's Ordis. It's the other way.
Ordis.
Yeah.
It's going to go ahead and try to leap up at you with its talons in each hand, and it's going to make a claw attack at you. Mine hit now. So it leaps up and it makes a slash at your face, but you just kind of back up, being experienced, and you kind of carry it with your shield. It knocks it off balance a little. It refills. And then the big guy he's focused on you right now, and he steps out of the hole. Makes
I
a
think
beat.
he's on half movement, but
He would
No,
be on half.
no, his
Okay.
it's already ended.
oh yeah, it's ended. Yep.
Yeah, it was only 2 rounds.
He moves up towards you, Kuroda,
All right.
and it's going to make a bid towards Ordis, where it looks like its hands are together. It looks like it wants to pierce you with both hands. Runs up on you and does a 17 hit.
Yes, it does.
The two claws kind of pierce into your abdomen, and you are going to take total. And then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right then.
You pass. You pass. When it makes these cuts into your abdomen, right beneath each set of your ribs, your whole abdomen tense up. Bend down a little bit because your abs tense up a lot. But then you feel fine. You return back to normal. You can feel like whatever stopped Herundus from moving.
I'm gonna stare right back at it and say, "Come on! I felt worse. You think this is something I can't handle? You're a pitiful excuse for undead."
You said that in common.
Yeah.
Intimidation check.
Intimidation?
Oh, let's say intimidation.
Did you say intimidation?
Yeah, intimidation.
Okay. 3.
It's not affected at all. It still looks like it wants to kill you. You looked at directly in its black dead eyes, and it was reacting to it like it understood you, but it's still coming at you hard. But, it looks like after it withdrew its hands from your rib cage, it's rearing its head back like it's going to bite you or something. Who is it next? It's Herundus, right? Yeah, Herundus.
No,
Yeah,
it should be me.
well, that's safe.
That was
Yeah, in my turn. Got to make sure that I take out my longsword and I swoosh at the.
Okay, so I do have there.
you're fine. No, that doesn't count.
Wait, really?
What?
I thought it was still
No,
on
'cause-
my initiative that I still have to do death saves.
No, it's at the end of everyone.
Oh,
You're on the
okay, okay.
You're on a dying, essentially, initiative here at the very end.
All right, that I did not realize that.
Yeah, death, being incapacitated puts you on a separate initiative.
All right, well, that's fine.
Well, it would have been my turn. So that's a 7. So 7, I'm assuming, doesn't hit.
Oh, definitely doesn't hit.
No, it does not. You reach back with your sword, noticing that blue edge is gone.
Yep. And that's.
You
Oh
go to
man.
stab it after you parried it a little bit with your shield, and you just miss. It would have hit, but because you parried it with your shield whenever it attacked you, it wasn't in the spot that you thought it would be. So, anything else you want to do?
I'm going to circle around the ghoul a little bit, so I'm a bit closer to what's to the big guy, facing like my back facing him.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Anyone in?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I can do.
Okay, so Kuroda.
Two problems.
It's Kuroda now. Oops. So it's... Wait, is it my turn now?
Your turn, Kuroda.
Okay then. I guess I will cast. Well, first I'm going to disengage from the ghoul, and then use my
You have that
exp-
action.
Yeah, it's about
Uh,
taking.
and I'm going to use my expeditious retreat to actually run up to Herundus. And then that's about. Wait. No, I can
Probably
disengage as my free action. Then I can use my bonus action to move up to Herundus, and then I will use my normal action to down a healing elixir. So, ooh, yeah, myself right now.
want this to be, this is going to be my own rule. So I thought about it on a week off. In order to take a healing potion yourself is going to be a bonus action, and then to give it to someone else and force it down their throat is going to be an action. Your bonus action to check it yourself.
Okay, then I could just use the full-on dash with my movement action to actually get to Herundus. So it's still gonna be fine.
Yeah.
So that's ending my turn right now.
You still have an action.
Oh yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay
then.
You still have action.
Okay then, I guess I will cast Ice Knife on it.
So you torn
On
after
the-
checking the thing, almost hovering over the huge body of Herundus, almost straddling it. You look back at it and do that same 2 fingers out on each hand. Make a almost
That does not hit.
motion and go.
It's
Nope,
gonna
it just flares out, and because of the distance, you kind of misjudge. Goes over his head. When the shred explodes.
I was about to say,
But it still explodes, so it's still gonna take at least 2d6. So it has to be the 12 on dexterity.
So how much cold?
5.
Misses. You tell it in your head to when to explode, and right as it sails past his head, you realize, oh shit, I missed, and set it off, and a couple ice crystals pierce into its body, and it winces and rears its back, and it looks dead at you, turns its head, and gives like this weird whipping motion with its tongue back and forth, back and forth. That is going to be Herundus' turn. Go ahead and make another death saving throw.
Hey, that's 2 successes.
All right.
So what happened?
So that means, right, or is it 3?
You need 3.
You need 3 successes to get back into the fight, right?
Well,
in order
I
to
had-
be stabilized and be put at 1 point.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
currently at 2.
Okay, so
The only problem is-
that he's still moving. He's moving a little bit, like his arms and legs are moving, but he's still breathing out pretty heavy. To the ghoul, he's gonna try to lead you. He's gonna go ahead and make a claw at you again. He's looking pretty fucked up. His arm is like one of his arms is pretty dislocated, and he's only able to attack at you with one arm away. And he's kind of limping a little bit, but he kind of jumps out at you with his right arm, and a 22.
Yeah, that hits.
He hits you with his. So he hits you for 10 damage.
Whew.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. Claw, as it rips into your chest, you feel that your pectoral muscles punch up like you're flexing them, and it spreads throughout your body, and you're paralyzed for 1 minute.
Okay. Wait, this is on the ghoul or on the?
The ghoul that you've been on this whole time,
Yeah.
reached out at you with his right arm and kind of dug into your right pectoral, and as it did, you felt your muscles in your chest tense up,
Yep.
and
Okay.
stomach, and your legs and your arms, and you can't move. And then the big guy, beeline straight for you again, Kuroda.
All right then.
Instead of coming at you with those fists or those claws like he did, this time he tries to grab on you
Come at me, you little shit.
and hold you in place. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw. Or strength check. Strength check.
Oh, I'm not gonna. Strength is my lowest stat, so it's not gonna work either way. I know
He
that.
holds you in place, and as he does, it makes your legs buckle a little bit, and you end up going to one knee, but you're kind of fighting him off. But he has you secured, and you can't really move for the position that you're in. And as he gets you to the ground on one knee, he uh, lurches his head back in a whipping, like he whips it around from left to right, and then he's getting ready to bite you with his big fangs and his tongue hanging out. But that's going to end his turn. It
So,
is back to
Sounds-
Herundus.
Yeah.
so
now
he's
it's my
going
turn.
to try and bite me.
He's running back to try to bite you.
Okay then.
Around and pinning.
So I'm paralyzed.
This- You can make another Constitution saving throw.
14.
You feel it. You feel it in you, and then it lets go right as it's about to attack you again. But that ends your turn.
Alright.
Go ahead and do what you want to do. It currently has you pinned by the shoulders on one knee, forcing you into the ground, and it's running back to bite you.
Alright, so yeah, that brings us back to
It's Kuroda.
Kuroda?
I'm asking him what he wants to do.
All right.
He's pinned down to the ground on one knee.
I'm pinned down.
Up to the ground, but he does have you. I'm gonna count it as grappled. And he's pushing your shoulders down. And you're on one knee.
All right then. So I'm going to cast Toll of the Dead, and it is a semantic spell, but the thing is that it's only a point-based spell. I just have to point at somebody.
Comes with you.
That's the spell's description.
oof.
So
As that bell kind of rings forth from your hands or your mouth, out, you can see that the bell, it's not even paying attention to it, and it's coming down at you still.
okay, that's fair. And that'll be my turn. Can't do shit.
Horrendous, you make a death saving throw.
That's 3.
Hey!
So 1 hit point. You are on the ground. You can use half your movement to stand up. Would you like to do that?
Or you can. Nah, I won't.
I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up.
So you can see he was kind of like over you, but he stepped off to the side, and the thing grabbed him and pushed him over to the right side. He's on his right knee. You're right up next to him.
All right. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast gold, to basically just cast my gold flame blade. Though I'm probably gonna end up changing the name because I prefer the descriptions you're giving them because they sound better. But yeah, I will cast up my blade as a bonus action, and then I will attack with my sword.
And go make it with advantage because you're flanking.
All right. 18. That's 6 slashing plus gold flame blade, and it needs to make a DC 13 Wisdom save or run away.
Passes. As you get up, you use your sword to help you up, and it's a pretty sizable blade. You being such a large individual, you use the sword to help you up in your shield, and then as you're getting up, the blade still face down into the dirt. And golden It's around your sword with the sparkles in it that glitter in the sun. Just turn the same gold with the sparkle, the white speckles in it. And you instead of coming down like you normally would, you come up, come from its side, its shoulder, completely eviscerating its front torso. And how much damage was that total?
That was a total
I
of
think
13.
it's,
And then the DC 13 save.
Its guts spill out, and it looks at you, and it sees your eyes, and its black dark eyes widen even further, and you can see as so you made into its chest all the way up from its stomach up to its shoulder, and its entrails spilling out. As the entrails spill out, they begin to sparkle with that same shimmer that your sword does, and before they can hit the ground, they sprinkle into dust and gold dust. As more and more of his entrails spill, his head and his eyes, all the way down to his fingers, then it collapses into its own hip, and then the rest of it ash speckled with gold flakes. And
Kick
it is
ass.
dead.
Kick
and
ass.
currently I'm covered in a little bit of blood and a little bit of ash.
But it's not just gray ash; it's gray ash mixed with gray specks.
That's it. I'm officially changing the name of this spell to Midas Blade.
Midas Blade.
My
Okay.
display.
It's too perfect.
Oh wait, is this a homebrew spell?
Yep. My creation.
Okay.
I created 4 special blade spells that I'm testing.
And that we
Okay.
went over together.
I haven't even gotten to my favorite of the 4.
So I'm pretty sure it's the ghoul's turn now.
Come get some.
The ghoul already paralyzed Ordis.
Yep.
Ordis' turn right now, so go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw. In last
I already-
turn,
I already did.
You already did?
It's now the ghoul's turn again to attack me.
No. It was the ghoul's turn before the big guy attacked. It was Crotus, so yeah, it's the ghoul's turn again. You're right. Okay. So the ghoul's going to go ahead and, with its decrepit, go ahead and try to make another claw attack at you, this time with advantage because you're paralyzed.
Wait, didn't I? No, I already saved for it. Yeah, you can scroll up and see the history.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's
the
right
first
underneath
one, the first one was a 3, so 7 doesn't hit you. Its body is completely fucking torn apart right now, and it only has the one good arm. And you just kind of, after you release from that save, just back up and easily avoid it. And then it's gonna actually see what happens, leader or whatever, and it's gonna look over here and run towards Herundus. You're gonna get an opportunity on it.
10.
A little
That
bit
does not hit.
irregular because it's limping kinda, and it scoots away. But yeah, it's right up on you right now, Herundus, and it is Kuroda's turn.
Well then. It looks like it's time for Kuroda to start pouring a healing elixir into Herundus's wounds.
Oh,
And I check. It doesn't have to be. The healing elixir doesn't have to be consumed. It can be administered as well. So I'm gonna use my enhanced healing elixir. So it's gonna be automatic 12 hit points recovered.
Alright.
that
My
is gonna be your action. Is that a bonus action?
After that, I'm going to flank it, like actually flank it this time. And I end my turn.
Okay. You feel it come up on your back, and you kind of turn after he turns your body a little bit while he's administering that healing elixir to you. So you're face to face.
I just smear the golden liquid all over your wounded shoulders and your neck.
Because the
Just stand on my tiptoes. Give me a little
Herundus would
nod.
All right. So that's his turn, or
It's your turn, Herundus.
all right. I look down at this creature, and again I begin speaking in Draconic, speaking the scripture of Bahamut as I swing down with my sword,
That is a hit.
and then the gold.
So
Okay,
18.
as before, you come down with this thing, and this time it leaves a streak behind, almost like a rainbow. How it's translucent a little bit of gold streak with those flakes of sparkle in it. And as you do, you bob this thing from shoulder to chest, and it stands there and lets out another little chihuahua yelp that stands there, tepid. Its one good arm that it was going to lash out at you with slides
Boy.
off along with its neck and head,
Oh boy.
and then disintegrates into that same gold gold speckled dust. It looks like it's almost smoking like steam with that same gold speckles coming off the steam.
Hmm.
And it is definitely dead.
So are we gonna sell this ash?
I don't know. I don't know if I just
I mean-
actually made gold.
Yeah, but hey, some people actually experiment with the ashes of the dead, especially undead. It makes some crazy potions.
Eh,
I'm not
Fair
gonna lie.
enough.
I'm
Alright.
not gonna lie. It gets some of them actually get you pretty high.
Herundus is going to use the last 4 points of his lay on hands to restore a bit more of his health.
Go ahead and do that.
Alright, I'm gonna walk over to you, bleeding at 5th health.
I'm gonna get.
Okay,
I'm gonna
I will
get-
restore 3 hit points.
Wait. I'm gonna give you to each a healing elixir and I better see you guys drink this. Let's see what I roll.
Horrendous. Go ahead and make a
Amazing.
religion check to see what that creature was.
I mean, I'll go ahead and take the first one.
Alright, so
I mean,
it's
healing
6.
elixir is pretty good, but it's always random unless you enhance them.
So that's 11. Alright. Well, I'll be fine. I'll be fine, actually. Yeah.
I'm just like slowly hunching over with a hole in my chest. Oh god, I lied. That really hurt.
Yeah, that's pretty obviously a lie.
Well, should we go collect our money?
I think that's wise. Some money for our troubles would be a good idea.
Kuroda, if you're interested in experimenting with Zash, go ahead.
Sweet. I then quickly scoop up at least the ashes of the large school down, and gave me so much trouble, and put it into one of my coin pouches.
And there's a good sized pile. It's not like it's the size of him, but you can collect probably about 2 handfuls that'll fit inside the nice spot
You know what?
off the trader.
I'm actually gonna kneel down by the stuff, and I'm gonna investigate it to see if it actually produced gold.
Yep, it did. There's gold flakes in it.
My jaw drops. I then look at my blade. I
Lean
look-
over
what
you
you
and
get.
say, "It's a literal moneymaker."
With
Herundus, be
that
careful
one,
with Wild magic.
With
You know
that
what? I'm
roll,
making that an official part of the spell now. Undead that are killed with this blade create a mix of ashes and gold dust.
And I'm gonna
well,
say,
from the beginning, you can see that you estimate with that roll, there's probably about 1 gold piece worth of gold.
Even so, that's still pretty awesome.
I mean, if you go into war, Herundus, you know how much money you're gonna make. And also,
Like
don't fuck
20.
with wild magic. Just don't fuck with it, okay? I mean, this is a new spell you created. You're toying with forces that you don't understand completely yet.
Let's go get our money.
Slowly
Herundus
returns
puts
to
away
talking
his
to
sword,
book.
letting the spell fizzle out, and he's just like, let's go get our money.
Also, with that roll on on the ashes of the big guy, you can see that there's something in it, like
An object.
yeah, an object. It's a circular object, maybe like 4 inches wide.
Herundus is gonna dig through it to see what it is.
Actually, now that I think about it, we should check the hole.
Alright,
Oh yeah, there might be something useful in the hole.
well, I'm
And
not
there might
going
be
down
more.
there.
Someone who can see in the dark. You should go down in there.
Herundus turns his head really slowly and glares at you. And in Abyssal, he says, no.
I don't understand that.
You don't understand.
And so in Celestial, I'm going to say yes.
And then I'm going to go back to digging through the big guy's ashes, because I want to see what this is.
In there, you find that it's a metallic. It's kind of like a burnt copper look with. It's got that patina on it. That turquoise patina that copper gets. Is like a metal cage cube, almost like the ones that the dogs were in that kennel. It looks like that, and on it, over it, is like the imprint of a man upside down with his arms out and its legs spread, and it's upside down over the cage.
Herundus is going to pocket it to see if their benefactor knows anything about it.
Alright, lighten my lantern. Going inside the cave.
Kuroda follows in.
Herundus stays by the hole to keep guard.
So in there, you can see there's like stacks of bones. Looks like fresh. There's some meat still on it. Things like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's about 30 feet wide and like 35 feet deep. It's a little bit smaller.
Alright, just bones and everything in there. And we're like, this is a nasty sight, and I'm just gonna kind of leave.
There's a pile of bones here where I put your guy. There's a pile of bones here, pile of bones here, and a pile of bones here.
Kuroda's going to spend a good portion of time searching through the bones.
In the dark.
And
In the dark with a disadvantaged investigation, most likely.
I'll give you my lantern if you're staying down there.
okay, so as
Good.
do you come out, Orders?
Yeah, I'm leaving, but he has my lantern.
Make a normal investigation.
While Kuroda is looking through the bones, he's going like, "Ooh, a leg! I wonder what kind of person this came from." And probably some jackass.
You can see that it's like a couple femurs. It looks like from a large mammal. But you're going through it, and you see this shiny metal stick. It almost would be like a bone, but you can definitely tell it's metal, and there's teeth marks all over it. But it's metal. And make a Arcana check.
Ooh, something I'm good at. That is definitely good.
There's definitely something special about this metal rod that you found.
I'm running over and picking that shit up.
Tell what it is, but because it's so mangled, but there's something magical to it, or at least wondrous about it.
Alright, but before I leave, you mind if I take a human leg?
What?
So you take a human femur, right?
Human femur.
Go ahead, make I guess nature check to see if you can identify a leg bone.
That's fair.
Yeah, you can just take one of the bigger mammal bones that you find.
Man. I'm pretty sure this is a human leg.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
You
gonna
take
go
it.
up now. With the
Yeah,
lantern.
looking out throughout the rest of the little cavern, you don't see anything else but
Yeah.
things and like sheep's horns and stuff.
Kuroda emerges from the cavern with a metal stick and a large leg of something. He doesn't know what it is, but it's something.
That is a stick and a bone. Well, I'd say that our job here is at least mostly complete, and I've lost enough blood to say I've earned some money. So, let's say we go collect our reward.
Sounds
I
quite.
earned this leg. I'm gonna make a cane out. Let's go.
Guys, return to the farmer.
Yep.
Yep.
Back to his large estate. He's inside the house. You guys come in, knock, and he asks how everything went.
I show him the giant leg bone. The femur.
We were correct. It was
What was
ghouls.
It was inside a den of ghouls, I say.
So you found him? You found what was doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big
Yeah,
guy
we found
almost
what was doing
died.
it.
Do the stench come from the, what do you call them, ghouls?
Ghouls, yes.
Several of them.
And that's what the stench was?
Yes.
Yes,
If you
in
want
fact-
evidence of any more evidence of our success, I point to the somewhat deep hole in my chest.
I'm actually going to roll a religion check thinking back on that large creature, because that did not seem like an average ghoul. Nope, it's just a big ghoul.
Big boy.
I can assist you with this, actually.
So can I, but
Nope.
Hold on. Do you guys have proficiency in religion?
I do.
I
All
have
of us do, I
proficiency in
think.
No.
You-
I'm a stupidly
I have
good
proficiency.
sage.
Oh.
Dang it.
It's
Dang
just
it.
a big
Oh.
It was just a big
7,
ghoul.
9, 8.
It was just a ghoul who ate green beans in life.
Okay, so he here and he's very appreciative and he fully believes you guys that you guys have solved the issue that had been plaguing his neighborhood, like house to house.
I believe a necromancer was at work, or maybe you're just not properly burying your dead.
Herundus is going to show him the strange coin he found in the ashes of the large creature.
Kuroda is also going to show off a metal stick. A golden one, I guess. But it's a stick.
It's just it's
Oh, it's just a metal stick? Okay.
it's copper. It looks
Oh, it's
like
copper.
and it has that patina, that turquoise patina on it, but it's
Okay.
heavily.
But yeah. Basically,
So
Herundus
you-
is just going to ask if he's seen this symbol before.
Oh, and Ortis, are you close? Would you
Yeah,
say?
I'm close by.
Before, and you look at it.
I haven't seen it before.
You know, because he was looking through the ashes and stuffed it in his pocket.
Figured we'd take a look at it later.
Also, I'm going to ask our benefactor, do you have a village craftsman that can either make this bone into a staff or a cane?
This is with no one would desecrate a body like that.
I don't even know if it's human.
Yeah, pretty
Does
sure
that
that's
help?
from a cow.
He doesn't know of anybody that would handle bone at all.
God damn it. I'll keep this around for now, I guess.
This, as you see Herundus pull out that coin, and it's an oversized coin. It's pretty good size. You can make out what's on it, and something clicks in your head, and it brings up something in the back of your mind, and it's very familiar to you. You don't really know what it is.
All right, I check my current amulet to see if it like matches or looks similar.
The only difference is that it doesn't have that cage that I described earlier in the background.
Oh.
The upside down man with its arms open and its legs open. It does have that on there.
Well then,
Hmm.
I'm going to go and make more healing potions, you guys. But
Yeah.
before I go, sir, hand off my payment to this big guy over here. This big old tiefling paladin. You're a paladin, right?
Yeah.
If you're a
Yeah.
paladin, and make sure to bury your dead ass up.
I'm gonna look at him after that one and go, okay.
Hey,
Oh,
hey, when the dead wake up, it's better that they crawl down rather than up. It's better than them crawling up out of their grave. It's
The farm is actually really amused by this.
hey, it's true.
Or Florida.
What?
Go make your elixirs, or just going in a different part.
I'm gonna be in the house making my elixirs since he offered us the rooms, right?
Well, you guys slept in the living room, but
Yeah.
you can go off into a different room. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Okay, then that's fine. I'll do it in the living room. If a child comes by, I'm going to try and teach him how to make an elixir.
They're working out on the fields right now, so you're good.
Man,
all right, I'm
Tells you,
gonna,
Herundus.
yeah, I'm gonna once Herundus gets his payment, which I mean, I'm just gonna let you have all that gold.
Oh, really? Okay.
You can have it. I
Cool.
got plenty.
I guess I did kind of clinch that fight with my spells.
Yep.
He gives you over the 300 gold pieces and tells you what you guys did here will not be forgotten. He's going to make sure that everyone in the area knows what you guys did for them. Big stack of 300 gold pieces.
Herundus nods, pockets the money, and then he goes inside to rest. And I should probably get going for the night because I have work in the morning.
I do too,
Well,
but
evening, afternoon, but
evening.
I should get enough sleep.
Work.
alright.
I think that actually is a really good part.